Well, good morning, gardeners and group members, those on Australian Bromeliad Community Facebook group. Today's Sunday, which is our Sunday Seedling Day, and we're just going to do a really quick run through of some of the work here in the shade house that I've been doing. This is several years' work. So I plant the seeds from seeds that I've hybridized myself, seeds that I produce, because when it comes to Bill Burgess, which we're going to discuss today, they don't produce a lot of seed. So I do the hybridization, which I've already added another video as well too. So I hybridize, collect my seeds, wash off the mucilage outer layer, and then plant them. Okay, so after a couple of years, when the seeds start to grow, you'll know if they're germinated after about 10 days or so. Once they've started to grow, you'll end up with some really nice little seedlings. Now, these particular ones that are in view at the moment are 12 months old. They've been transplanted out of the original pot that I used to grow them in as seeds, which is a sealed lidded container, just like a Chinese takeaway food type of container, plastic one. And then they get moved into these containers, which are their little terrariums, and they grow in these for the next, say, 6 months or so, until they're strong enough and large enough to have reached the tops of their lids, which they're kind of doing at this stage, at which point I then open up the vent on the top and allow them to start experiencing changes of temperature, releasing humidity, as well as getting a good drink of rainwater, which they're getting at the moment. So 12-month-old little babies are this size, and then looking behind, you're looking at a 3-year-old plant, which are maturing and starting to show their pretty colours. There's been a huge cull from all of these ones, which if you're lucky, you'll get a lot of seed. Sometimes you only end up with one seed pod, which may contain 10 or so seeds. Sometimes you're lucky and you end up with multiple seed pods and multiple seeds. So some of the really large-headed flowering varieties, something like a hallelujah, will give you a lot of seeds, and you can do lots of different hybridization on a multiple bract head. Now, this particular Bill Burgess here is one of my own as well. Now, its flower was reasonably boring, actually. It was pretty. It was dark red stemmed and all of that. Now, I selfed it back on itself, hoping to do a better set of seedlings. I'm just waiting on seeds to mature. So as the seeds mature, this bottom area swells and you're able to collect your seed when they change colour and ripen, and you start the process again. So this one here, although it's a nice plant, its flower wasn't exceptional, but still it's a nice plant to work with, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to work our plants. So I have quite a selection, as you see, of seedlings, a variety of Neoregelias, for example. These ones here were planted back in 2020. Neoregelias start off a little bit slow, but then once they're transplanted up into their own pots, they really do get going. So it's just a matter of time. You don't need a huge amount of space to undertake growing from seed. If you just have a few, these are Halasiums, and this is this lavender species, which is really good that they've grown since Mum turned up its feet and died, because we've had so much rain here. And the rain's just beginning again. So that's the end of the video for today. Happy gardening, everybody, and stay safe. Bye now. Just briefly before I do finish off, people do ask what a mix that I use. So this is cocoa peat high grow hydroponic seed raising medium that I use. You can use any kind of really fine peat. We sterilise it in the microwave. There's been lots of how to raise seedlings videos from seed, which you're able to view. These ones here are Neoregelias. Like I said, they do really well as they start to grow. So yes, peat for high grow, hydroponics, because it contains a fertiliser as well and continues to feed our little babies. These are Neoregelias now that are several more years. These are 3-year-old as they're ready to go into their own individual pots as they are, and we'll move them into the next greenhouse. Okay, happy gardening. Bye now.